Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is ANZA-T and today we are doing something a little bit different. We are meal prepping. I'm on a plant-based diet, so 90% of the things that I eat are plant-derived. I sometimes include a little bit of fish here and there, maybe once a week, but for most of the time I am eating plant products. So we'll be doing a meal prep that is 100% plant-based. Some may call it vegan, but we might use a little bit of plant-based butter here and there. Hence, I don't want to call anything vegan but plant-based. We're going to be doing a meal prep for lunches and dinner. So the basis of the meals that I'll be prepping today are quinoa and some brown rice. While that is boiling up, I will be cutting some vegetables that we are going to roast in the oven. While the vegetables are roasting in the oven, we are going to cook some spinach and kale, and we're going to add some chickpeas or black beans in either of the meals, and we'll just play around with other vegetables and see how to plate everything in our containers. I mostly prep for 3 days, and then midweek I'll prep again. I don't want to prep for the whole week, then food becomes stale in the fridge. I want to prep just enough for a couple of days to keep me going for a couple of days. Let's get started. I started off by prepping the rice and the quinoa, 1 cup each, and boiled them. Then I prepped my kale, soaked it in water, and then I sliced up some cauliflower. I made thick slices, just thick enough to roast and not too thin. Once those were sliced, I then sliced up some green beans. I cut those up. I'll be roasting this with that cauliflower with just some olive oil. I really added a generous amount of olive oil. You want this to be nice and coated so that the spices can stick well to that. And then for my seasoning, I just used some mixed herbs. I added a generous amount of the mixed herbs, followed by some paprika, just a little bit to give color. A little really goes a very long way. Then I added some chili flakes. I really love hot food. Then I added up some salt, not too much salt. And I added up a teaspoon of black pepper. Then mix everything. And then I added about 50 grams of plant-based butter melted. I added that's the plant butter I used. Added that to the vegetables that will be roasting. Mix. Have it on a pan or a casserole dish. Then you can bake this up in the oven. I bake this at between 140 degrees to 160 degrees, not too hot to burn them. Then in a pan, you want to get some garlic going while our veggies are roasting, some garlic, and then just fry it around a little bit until you get a very nice aroma coming out of your pot. Make sure you don't burn your garlic. And then I'm just adding some those mushrooms, the dark brown mushrooms. I forgot how to pronounce the name. Anyway, those mushrooms go into that pot, and then we are going to fry them with a little bit of black pepper and a couple of pinches of salt, which I'll add just now. And then you really just let them fry, sizzle. And then I'm just adding some baby spinach, washed baby spinach. I'm adding it in there just to give it some green, some flavor. I really love baby spinach. I feel like it's quite quick to cook, so it really fits in most of my meals. And then in goes my chickpeas. I drained this, then added that to that frying pan as well. Mix everything up very well, and you are done with that dish. And then in the pan again, we just have some onion, garlic, a little bit of olive oil. We're going to fry this until the aroma comes popping, and then you add in your tomatoes, some paprika, a little bit of cayenne pepper just to add some flavor, some black pepper as well. and then salt, of course. And then you just fry everything up until the tomatoes are nice and soft. In goes our kale. So I'm cooking kale like how we normally cook morojo, traditional morojos, but yeah. And then it's a little bit more seasoning. I covered it up until the kale got dark green and was a little bit soft, but still had some crunch. I have some black beans. They were canned black beans, so I just washed them up and put them in a dish. Then add them to that dish, and then this is almost like done cooked. You just cook it until you get the desired softness or crunch. And just like that, meal prep for a couple of days is done. I just have my containers, which I'm gonna close up and put in the fridge. So what I do is just put first my starch, the rice, and the quinoa in different containers, like 3 have rice, 3 have quinoa, and then I'll be adding those sides that we made, the roasted vegetables and so forth. So I was really lucky that this week my mom had made some sweet corn and butternut, so I was able to add that as well, just to give the food a little bit of color. And yeah, man, so really meal prepping helps me a lot to save time during the week. In the morning, I just literally warm up my food and then pack them in a lunch bag, and I am ready to go and work. So yeah, in the 3 containers I add the kale mixture. So I really made a lot. Some of it I leave it for my family. Some are interested in eating the vegetables, so I just make enough to be able to share. And yeah, so then the other dish, I'm gonna be adding our spinach, and the spinach that is made with chickpeas with the mushrooms. So a little bit of variety goes a long way while you are meal prepping. You don't want to get bored. Although I still get bored, it's so much better than cooking one meal, like the same meal for all 3 days. But having a little bit of variety. Today you are having quinoa and the spinach. Tomorrow you are having quinoa and the kale, or quinoa and rice. It really does go a very long way. Now I'm just adding our roasted vegetables. They're nice, crunchy, salty, and flavorful. I really love cauliflower as well. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe, like, comment, and share. I'll be bringing back more videos. I'll also be baking. I bake on cheat days, so I do allow myself to indulge over the weekend. So I'll take you guys through that journey, show you when I do bake. Bye.